Have you ever noticed your feet feeling colder than the rest of your body, even on warm days? Or perhaps you've experienced tingling, numbness, or that pins and needles sensation when sitting for too long. For many people over 60, these are not just small annoyances, they can be signs of poor circulation in the feet. While it may seem like a minor issue at first, circulation problems can actually have a big impact on comfort, mobility, and overall health. The good news is that simple, consistent daily habits can help bring blood flow back where it's needed most, and it doesn't have to take more than a few minutes a day. Why does circulation matter so much? Blood is your body's delivery system. It carries oxygen and nutrients to every cell, then clears away waste products. When circulation is strong, your feet feel warm, flexible, and ready to move. But when circulation slows down, the opposite happens. Your feet may feel cold, stiff, or numb, and healing from even small cuts or bruises takes longer. In older adults, this is especially important because reduced circulation increases the risk of foot problems, infections, and even falls if the feet don't sense the ground as clearly. Several factors can contribute to poor circulation in the feet as we age. One is the natural stiffening of blood vessels. Over time, arteries lose some of their flexibility, making it harder for blood to flow freely. Another factor is reduced physical activity. The calf muscles act like pumps, squeezing blood upward toward the heart with each step. When we move less, that pump works less efficiently. Conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol can also add extra strain on circulation, narrowing the vessels or thickening the blood. Even sitting for long periods, such as watching TV or traveling, can make circulation sluggish. Take, for example, Mr. Lim, a 69-year-old retired bus driver. He used to spend hours sitting, and now he notices that his feet feel heavy and cold by evening. Sometimes, when he tries to stand, he feels unsteady, almost as if his legs don't quite wake up. This is not just uncomfortable, it makes him less eager to go for walks, which ironically worsens the problem. His story is common. Poor circulation creates a cycle where discomfort leads to inactivity, and inactivity makes circulation worse. But here's the hopeful truth. Circulation responds beautifully to movement. Just as water flows more easily through a pipe when it's stirred, blood flows more freely through the vessels when muscles are activated. You don't need complicated workouts or long sessions at the gym. Sometimes just a few minutes of the right targeted exercises can make a noticeable difference. Think of it as turning on a gentle pump in your legs and feet, encouraging blood to move with more energy. Another story is of Mrs. Sray, a 72-year-old grandmother who loves knitting. She spends long afternoons in her chair, but she started to notice tingling in her toes and occasional cramps at night. At first, she worried something was seriously wrong. But when her doctor explained that her circulation just needed a boost, she tried some simple foot exercises at home. Within weeks, she noticed less tingling and more comfort while sleeping. She was amazed that something so small could make such a big difference. The science is clear. Circulation is not just a passive process. It's an active one. Blood needs the gentle push of muscles to travel against gravity. When you engage your calves, ankles, and toes, you're essentially helping your heart do its job by sending blood back upward. This is why a short, daily circulation routine can be so powerful, especially for the feet. And here's the best part. You don't need to carve out an hour or buy special equipment. Just 5 minutes a day can improve warmth, reduce discomfort, and give your feet a new sense of life. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Think of it as brushing your teeth. Small effort, big payoff, and essential for long-term health. The first step in your daily 5-minute fix is one of the simplest yet most powerful exercises you can do, the ankle pump. It doesn't require standing, walking, or special equipment. All you need is a chair and a little focus. Despite its simplicity, the ankle pump is like a built-in pump for your legs, encouraging blood to flow upward and refreshing tired, sluggish feet. Here's how to do it. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift your heels off the ground, keeping your toes in place so that you're pointing your toes upward. Hold that position for about 2 seconds, then lower your heels back down. Next, lift your toes off the ground while your heels stay planted so that your feet flex upward. Again, hold for 2 seconds before returning to the starting position. This simple motion, heels up, toes up, is one complete cycle. Repeat this cycle about 20 times or until you start to feel a warm sensation in your calves and feet. At first, this exercise might feel surprisingly tiring, especially if you haven't been moving much. That's because you're waking up the calf muscles, which play a critical role in circulation. These muscles act as a second heart in the body, pumping blood back toward the chest each time they contract. When you flex and extend your ankles, you squeeze the veins in your legs, pushing blood upward and reducing the pooling of blood in the feet. Think of it like squeezing water through a straw. Without pressure, the liquid just sits there. But with a gentle push, it flows easily. The ankle pump provides that push, helping blood move efficiently, carrying oxygen and nutrients to the feet and clearing out waste products. Over time, this not only improves comfort, but also reduces the risk of swelling, cramping, and even skin problems that come from poor circulation. To see this in real life, let's return to Mr. Lim, the retired bus driver. After learning about the ankle pump, he started practicing it while watching the evening news. At first, he did it absent-mindedly, but within 2 weeks, he noticed something important. His feet didn't feel as heavy at bedtime, and he had fewer night cramps. Encouraged, he made it a daily habit. Now, whenever he sits for more than half an hour, he automatically does a few cycles of ankle pumps, almost like a reflex. He jokes that it's his secret weapon against cold feet. This exercise is also perfect for situations where movement is limited. If you're on a long bus ride, sitting in a waiting room, or even recovering from surgery, ankle pumps can keep circulation alive when walking isn't possible. Doctors often recommend them after certain operations to lower the risk of blood clots in the legs. That shows just how powerful such a simple move can be. But beyond the science, the ankle pump also has an emotional benefit. Many people with circulation problems feel discouraged, as if their body is working against them. They may avoid activities they once loved, fearing discomfort or fatigue. Doing ankle pumps daily brings back a sense of control. It's a reminder that even in just 5 minutes, you can actively support your health and take steps, literally and figuratively, toward feeling better. Mrs. Sray, the grandmother who enjoyed knitting, found this especially true. She began incorporating ankle pumps into her afternoon routine. At first, she thought such a small exercise couldn't possibly matter. But after a week, she realized her toes weren't tingling as often and her feet felt warmer in the evenings. That small change lifted her spirits, and she started adding other little habits to her day, like standing up more often and taking short walks around her garden. For her, the ankle pump was the spark that reconnected her with healthier movement. The key to success is consistency, not intensity. You don't need to strain or push hard. Gentle, steady movement is enough to activate circulation. Start with 2 sets of 20 cycles, about 2 minutes total, and build up if you feel comfortable. You may be surprised how quickly your feet feel more awake and alive. When circulation improves, the benefits extend beyond just your feet. Better blood flow supports your joints, reduces stiffness in the legs, and even helps with balance, since your feet can sense the ground more clearly. This makes walking safer and more enjoyable. In fact, many people find that once their feet feel lighter, their whole body feels more energized, as though they've released a hidden weight. So don't underestimate the power of this tiny move. It's quick, easy, and effective, a perfect starting point for your daily fix. And once you've made it a habit, you'll discover that improving circulation isn't about big changes, but about small, consistent steps. The second exercise in this 5-minute circulation routine is called the toe flex and point stretch. If the ankle pump gets the blood moving like a pump, This move helps open the pathways further by stretching and strengthening the small muscles and tendons in your feet and toes. It's gentle, soothing, and especially helpful if your feet often feel stiff in the morning or achy at night. Here's how to do it. Sit comfortably with your legs extended in front of you, either on the floor or stretched out on a couch or bed. Start by pointing your toes forward, away from your body, as if you were trying to reach for something with your feet. Hold this stretch for 3 to 5 seconds, then slowly flex your toes back toward your body, pulling them as close as you can without pain. Hold again for 3 to 5 seconds, then release. That's one cycle. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions, breathing gently as you go. Why is this effective? Pointing and flexing the toes creates a rhythmic squeezing and stretching action in the feet and lower legs. This motion encourages blood to flow through tiny capillaries in the toes, which are often the first areas to feel poor circulation. At the same time, it loosens the Achilles tendon and calf muscles, which can become tight after long periods of sitting. The result is not just better blood flow, but also a greater sense of flexibility and ease in the feet. Think about it this way. If your blood vessels are like garden hoses, stiffness in the muscles and tendons is like a kink in the hose. No matter how much water you push through, the flow gets blocked. By stretching and flexing, you straighten the hose, allowing blood to move more freely. This is why people often feel an immediate warming sensation in their toes after doing toe flex and point stretches. It's the blood returning to places that had been undersupplied. Let's look at a real-life example. Dara, a 71-year-old who enjoys morning walks, began noticing that her feet felt stiff and sore when she first got out of bed. She would shuffle around the house for 10 minutes before her steps felt normal. Her daughter suggested trying toe flex and point stretches before standing up each morning. At first, Dara felt skeptical, but she gave it a try. To her surprise, after just a week, she noticed that her first steps of the day felt easier. Instead of stiffness, her feet felt warm and flexible. The simple act of pointing and flexing helped her start each day on the right foot, literally. This exercise is also a wonderful companion to the ankle pump. The pump strengthens circulation by contracting the calf muscles, while the toe stretch improves flexibility and encourages blood to reach the very ends of the feet. Together, they form a powerful duo. One acts like a pump, the other like a stretchable hose. The combination ensures that blood not only moves upward, but also reaches outward into the smallest areas of the foot. Many people also find that this exercise helps reduce nighttime cramps. Poor circulation often contributes to cramping because muscles starve for oxygen and nutrients. By practicing toe stretches before bed, you give your muscles a head start, easing tension and promoting smoother blood flow during sleep. For people who wake up in the middle of the night with painful calf or foot cramps, this small habit can bring huge relief. Consider Mr. Heng, a 67-year-old retiree who loves fishing. Long hours sitting on the riverbank left his feet numb and tingly, sometimes making it hard to stand up quickly. He started doing toe flex and point stretches every time he reeled in his line. Within a month, he noticed fewer episodes of numbness and felt more stable when walking on uneven ground. His friends even commented that he seemed more agile, a change he credited to wiggling my toes with purpose. Another advantage of this exercise is how versatile it is. You can do it lying in bed, sitting in a chair, or even while traveling on a plane or bus. It takes less than 2 minutes but leaves your feet feeling refreshed, like they've just had a gentle massage. That's the beauty of these circulation fixes. They're not workouts in the traditional sense, but small acts of care that keep your body functioning at its best. As with the ankle pump, the secret is consistency. Doing toe stretches once may feel nice, but the real transformation comes when you practice daily. Over time, you'll notice fewer cold toes, less stiffness, and greater comfort when standing or walking. Even more importantly, you'll feel a renewed sense of trust in your own body, that your feet will support you wherever you want to go. With ankle pumps and toe flexes together, You've already created a strong foundation for improving circulation. But we're not done yet. The final piece of this simple 5-minute routine is the heel raise exercise. Unlike the previous two, which can be done sitting or lying down, this one is performed standing up. Heel raises not only get the blood flowing in your feet, but also engage your calf muscles more fully, acting like a strong pump that pushes blood upward against gravity. They also help strengthen your legs, improve balance, and reduce the risk of falls, a powerful bonus for older adults. Here's how to do it. Stand behind a sturdy chair or near a wall for support. Place your feet hip-width apart. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as you comfortably can. Hold the position for 2 to 3 seconds, then slowly lower your heels back down to the floor. That's 1 repetition. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions at a time, resting as needed. As you grow stronger, you can increase the number or hold the top position a little longer to challenge your muscles further. This simple motion creates a strong pumping effect in your calves, which are sometimes called the second heart of the body because of how important they are in circulating blood from the legs back toward the chest. By standing tall on your toes, you're giving that pump extra power, flushing fresh blood into the feet and clearing away the sluggish heaviness that builds up when you sit too long. Think of it as wringing out a sponge. When you rise up on your toes, the muscles squeeze the veins, pushing out old, pooled blood. When you come back down, the veins refill with fresh, oxygen-rich blood. That cycle not only boosts circulation, but also nourishes the tissues of your feet, helping them feel warmer, stronger, and more alive. Let's picture a real-life story. Lena, age 70, loved visiting the market each morning, but she noticed her legs and feet felt heavy after just 15 minutes of walking through the stalls. Sometimes her feet even tingled, and she had to sit down before finishing her shopping. Determined not to give up her routine, she began adding heel raises while brushing her teeth and while waiting for the kettle to boil. Within 3 weeks, she noticed that her market walks felt easier. She could finish her shopping trip without stopping, and her confidence grew. What seemed like a small exercise became her secret to keeping her independence. This exercise also builds strength and balance, which means its benefits go far beyond circulation. Falls are a major concern as people age, often linked to weakness in the lower legs. Heel raises train the muscles that help stabilize your ankles and support steady walking. That's why many physical therapists recommend them not just for circulation, but also for long-term mobility and safety. Another story is of Mr. Dara, a retired teacher who loved playing with his grandchildren in the park. He used to avoid joining their games because his feet tired quickly and he worried about tripping. But after practicing heel raises daily for 2 months, he found that not only were his feet warmer and less numb, but he also had the stamina to keep up with his grandkids. His daughter noticed and said, "Dad, you look like your younger self again." For Dara, that wasn't just about exercise, it was about reconnecting with joy. Now imagine combining all 3 exercises, ankle pumps, toe flex and point stretches, and heel raises, into one simple routine. Together, they activate the muscles of your feet, ankles, and calves from every angle. They loosen stiffness, pump blood upward, and train your balance. And the best part? You can do the entire routine in about 5 minutes. Start with ankle pumps while sitting, move into toe stretches, then stand for heel raises. That's all it takes to create a powerful daily habit. The beauty of this approach is not in its complexity, but in its consistency. You don't need hours in a gym or expensive equipment. What matters is showing up for your body each day, reminding it to move, stretch, and pump blood with purpose. Each repetition sends a message to your body. I'm still strong, I still need these muscles, and I still want to live fully. Poor circulation in the feet can feel discouraging, but it doesn't have to define your daily life. By taking just 5 minutes each day, you can ease discomfort, reduce the risk of serious complications, and bring warmth and vitality back into your steps. More importantly, you regain confidence. the knowledge that your body is still capable of supporting you through the moments that matter most. So tomorrow morning, before you step out of bed or before you settle into your chair, take a few minutes to practice these 3 exercises. Pump your ankles, stretch your toes, and rise up on your heels. Do it daily, and you'll soon notice the difference. Lighter feet, steadier steps, and renewed energy for the activities you love. Remember, small actions add up to big results. Your feet carry you through life. They deserve a little care. Give them 5 minutes each day and they'll give you back comfort, strength, and independence.